Okay guys, just a quick video on arithmetic series or sequences, however you want to say that. There's a lot of information on this that you can see on the paper in front of you, but it's not particularly difficult. So let's have a just quick chat of first of all, what is an arithmetic series? It's a series that goes up, and the way you derive it is that you're adding the same number each time to get the next term. You are familiar with these things because these are like sort of generic nth term questions you used to get at GCSE, so this shouldn't be too exciting or too different for you. However, there is a completely different style of how you'd write it. You end up in the same place that you would do if you'd done it the GCSE way, but you do need to be familiar with these formulas that are on your right, the UN and SN formulas. What's UN? The UN is just, that will give you a term, and SN will give you the sum of the terms up to that point. So if I had U5, that's the fifth term, but if I had S5, that's the sum of the first fifth term. So I hope that's nice and clear for everyone. Formulas are given there. I'm not going to really explain them too much beyond reminding you of the definitions of the letters that make them up. A is the first term, N is your nth term or the variable you're using, D is the difference, and L is the last term. The only major thing you need to be able to do with these things, other than being able to use the formula, is be able to prove the SN formula, and the proof is given below. Basically what you do is you write down SN as a sum of all the terms you got. So like your first term, your second term, your third term, all the way up to your A plus N minus 1D, your final term. Reverse the order of that and write it out again. Add them together and collect. So basically when you do that, you'll have, for example, your first one will be A plus N minus 1D, which is going to be 2N plus N minus 1D. Exactly the same thing will happen when you add A plus D to A n minus 2D. You just get loads of pairs of that. You get n pairs of that. So you could write that out as 2A plus N minus 1D times N, and then divide by 2 to get the formula. It's a bit of a recipe. It's a weird one. It's not something that you'd kind of think of off the top of your head, but once you see it, it's not particularly difficult. Just a quick moment on the formula A plus L over 2N. It's not generally used too much. It comes from Carl Friedrich Gauss, of course. Gauss, not Grouse. Grouse are a kind of bird. A plus L over 2N. It's not particularly the biggest thing in this whole thing, but it can be very useful. So if you know the first and last term, it's quite easy to get the answer if you know that. So I hope that all makes sense. It's not a huge amount. I think the proof is the weird one, and if you're struggling with that, just drop a comment and I will kind of explain that in more detail. But it is a bit of a weird one because it's almost like a recipe more than anything else. Okay, cool. That'll be that.